If you want to see one of the strangest things that we've come across in a long time, Disneyland is introducing Red Panda, turning red, to the Disneyland parks, and you can meet and greet these people. Marv, I'll show the Red Panda costume in just a minute, but this is so strange to me for reasons that I think are obvious right away. Marv, I don't want to meet a furry. I don't want my kids to meet a furry. I'm not trying to be mean to this girl, but by virtue of how hiring works at Disneyland, you have to hire adults. So this is a face character. So to play May from Turning Red, you're playing a 13-year-old girl, but you're 18 and you're dressed in a giant furry costume.
Wait, why wouldn't it just be a head character with the red panda?
That's what I don't get. This makes it look so weird.
Really
it is
weird.
So bizarre.
It can't be that they don't know.
I have a theory about this, Marvin. I think that they're trying to achieve certain DEI quotas. And if they made this a face character, anybody could play the 13-year-old Asian girl. So they purposely made it a face character as opposed to a masked character. I think I misstated that earlier. But they've purposely made this be a face character so that they have to require authenticity of being, Asian. The problem is you can't be authentic in the age, and that gets into weird territory where it's like, okay, we need an 18 to 21-year-old Asian girl to play a 13-year-old furry. And this is strange. It's not coming to Disney World though, Marv. They're only doing this in Disneyland. Have you seen this? Have you seen this story?
I had not seen this.
The mother is fine. I don't care. The mother, whatever, Mother is basically, who's Cinderella's mom? Mother Lady Tremaine, is that her name?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Asian modern Lady Tremaine, so whatever. But playing a 13-year-old girl in a furry costume, that's a little bit odd. Now, people are losing their minds, though, Marvin. And Disney Tourist Blog, we love Tom Bricker, but Tom's very excited in ways that I'm not, and that's okay. Everybody gets to decide what they're going to be excited about. And Disneyland is, I don't have a problem with a meet and greet like this. Of course not. It says Disney's #1 most huggable character finally is getting a U.S. meet and greet. And you can see over here the panda up there. That's the red panda. And there it is. There's the character that's going to be there. Okay, there's Red Panda. And down here in this ad, folks, we've got 2 dudes in a swimming pool, and they're really happy about that. So that's pleasant.
Yeah.
We love you, Universal. I don't know what's going on. The theme, but this Red Panda is huge, Marvin. And I want to show you, it's the same costume that we've got at Shanghai Disneyland.
That looks like a delightful character to meet.
It does. So here is, now remember, this is supposed to be this is kind of weird. It's supposed to be a 13-year-old girl who turns into the panda, but it's still a 13-year-old girl. But here is the panda, the costume, over at Shanghai Disneyland. I just want people to get an idea of how big this is. All right, we won't keep playing that because you never know. I mean, that might be some sort of copyrighted Chinese song, and maybe Disney doesn't have the rights to it. Usually what you play in, that happens in theme parks, you're okay. But Marvin, this costume is so big and so huggable that the arms, I believe, are operated with poles. I don't think they actually put their arms in there. I think they're, it's operated using a system. And the arms of the performer are inside the torso of the character. And this is a huge, fluffy character. And I just have a suggestion for them. Marvin, I think we don't do the hug the furry kid and just do hug the bear instead. Hug the panda. That's good with me. And then Tom Bricker over at Disney Tourist Blog will be happy. I'm happy. And you can bring this to Disney World. I don't care. But maybe don't hug the furry kid. What do you think?
Yeah, the panda costume is such a cool costume. Like, that seems like something that would be a great photo op for anyone. Yeah,
and it's like a Sully-sized character. So, Jake Sully, that's cool. Not Jake Sully. That's a different character. By the way, Marv, did you see him mocking Avatar? Did you see the image on X where somebody has pretended that Disney is bringing the Na'vi characters for meet and greets?
I did not see that.
I don't have it. I wish I did. That would be a great moment to show that. But they have the Na'vi, and you know how lacking in clothes the Na'vi are, right? And so somebody took the time to make it look like what Disney would do with that. And you remember Tarzan? At times they would put him in like a full fluff. what would you say, a polyester kind of suit, that looks like skin, but it's not.
Yeah.
They did that with the Na'vi. Oh my, it was so terrible. It was so terrible. But anyway, folks, you got the red panda coming to Disneyland. Marvin, I wanted to ask you this though. This is part of Disneyland celebrating the Lunar New Year. They do this, and they don't do that at Disney World. I just want to get your thoughts about why that is, and why would Disney World not want to celebrate what Disneyland is celebrating? What's the cultural difference?
It's strange to me because the Orlando area outside of Walt Disney World, that is a there's a large Asian population. There's like the best Asian food you could find in the United States, I think, is honestly in Orlando. There's so many Asian places, Asian grocery stores. We've got a huge Asian population over here, which is what and you have a China pavilion. Like, you have an actual China land in Epcot. So why wouldn't you celebrate the Lunar New Year more? They do some stuff during Festival of the Holidays where they do the lion dance. But they actually have, there is a Kung Fu temple in Orlando where the Sifu of that temple is actually the body model that was used for Mulan, to animate the Disney movie Mulan. So I don't understand why they don't lean more into this kind of stuff, because they have resources there and they have a built-in audience. So it is very strange to me that Disneyland is the one where they'll do the Lunar New Year stuff and not Walt Disney World.
I'm getting I just had a note passed to me there, Marvin, and it says that apparently the May character, the little girl, we'll go back to that picture. Hang on, folks. This little girl apparently was a masked character in the past. That this is a change now. So
okay.
I'd like for them to change it back, please. This is disturbing to me because I don't want.
If you put a character head on her, I don't think it's as much of an issue.
No. But then Lady Tremaine Asian style, will have to also be. But whatever. Anyway. So there you go, folks. There's what's coming to Disneyland versus Disney World. Frankly, I'm all cool with, especially at Epcot, do a lunar, a Chinese Lunar New Year celebration. Go for it. I love it. Marvin, do you know what is the year this year? Is it the year of the horse, the goat, the donkey? What?
Actually, I usually know this. And hold on. What is the coming Lunar New Year?
What do you got, Marvin?
It is going to be the lucky horse.
The lucky horse, as opposed to the unlucky horse the year thereafter.
Well, I guess they unveiled the lucky horse as the mascot, so it must be Year of the Horse.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, there you go, folks. Get your lucky horse today. And remember, if you crack open a Chinese fortune cookie and it has no fortune in it, go to the hospital.
They do have some stuff in the China Pavilion typically for Lunar New Year, but not like an official, not like special character meats or stuff like that. Like it's a lot of merchandise.
I see. But that would be a cool thing. I always wished that at the Chinese Pavilion that we could get like a dragon inspired inverted coaster. There's space behind there. Now there's just off my working memory of this. I believe there's a merchandise warehouse behind the Chinese Pavilion that would have to be moved. But in the grand scheme of things, those are not so expensive to move. Warehouses are not not the most expensive items. But I always wished you could put something back there like a launched inverted coaster. It would be so cool if the China Pavilion featured something like that, where you got to ride a dragon and you could put it like a rock and roller coaster in an interior or Cosmic Rewind, and you could have the dragon riding through Shanghai at night. That would be awesome. But
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the China Pavilion is one of those pavilions that is actually partially operated by a third party.
Yes,
which means that it's partially operated by the Chinese government if it's run through a Chinese because it's a Chinese company. So they run the retail location, the restaurant there. All of that's always how you can tell is when you go to the festivals, if the people that are working in the festival booth for that country are actually from that country, then it's a third party company that's running it. So they do that with like Japan and China, and there are a couple of other ones. But
they used to do it with Norway. I don't know if they still do or not. I know Norway got mad at them over the Frozen thing.
Yeah, Norway hasn't had like a booth at any of the festivals in a very long time. It used to.
Yeah.
Like and also you could typically tell because when a thunderstorm is on the horizon, the Disney owned ones will shut down earlier than the third party owned ones.
I see.
Yeah, so little ways you can tell. But so the Chinese government partially, I guess, has a stake in the China Pavilion. So I don't know if they'd be interested in attractions. They do have that propaganda movie that you can go watch, which is always hysterical to me. You walk in there and like, Tiananmen Square, where nothing bad ever happened.
China is very glorious. What are you talking about, Barbara?
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.